It's 4 months later than usual, but at long last, the results from last year's national census are finally out. Amanda Vinicky joins us now to share what the data shows for our region. Amanda, some surprising numbers here, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. In Paris, I mean, getting back to when this came out, it is true that the information is delayed versus a normal year, but of course 2020 was not a normal year. And UIUC sociologist Cynthia Buckley says that all things considered, it is an incredible feat to have pulled off a census during a global pandemic. Now, Buckley, obviously a census expert, she's a demographer, but also she spent last summer working as an enumerator.
Remembering last summer working as an enumerator and how hard it was in the heat with your masks, in the context of no vaccines and not a lot of good news about the COVID pandemic, going from door to door to either check census forms that were submitted or to encourage some of our fellow Illinoisans to participate in the census.
For political reasons, there was some hesitancy, but despite the pandemic and all those other challenges, Buckley says that it appears the census got a pretty accurate count. Now, demographers, politicians, community organizers, reporters, all waiting for this information to come out, and that is because it determines a lot. Everything from how funding from the state, how much funding the state gets from the federal government, how much money goes to particular programs, say maybe how much money will be going to an early childhood program for children that speak Mandarin. It also impacts which legislators and alderpersons are elected because it is a big factor in the districts they run in. Also, it's bragging rights, like because of the census, Chicago has proof it can maintain its status as the third largest city in the United States. And Rob Harrell says that should make Chicagoans happy.
The mayor ought to be happy. All 50 aldermen ought to be happy right now. Everybody should be happy because we bounced up by 2%. And we came off a decade where we had declined last time when the city went down by about 6%, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, what's happening to Chicago? But now we've got growth.
And it's not just the city proper. The collar counties saw growth too. Kendall County especially, which at one point was the fastest growing place in the nation, it was the only county to have seen this double-digit growth at about 15%.
I tell you, it's kind of a big day for the metropolitan area. Again, not enormous numbers. We're not growing like Houston. We're not growing like Tampa. We're not growing like Phoenix or something like that. But almost every county in the metro area grew by at least 1% or 2%. And here's the biggest surprise: Cook County. Cook County, people, have been so down on this area as a population, blaming Cook County for this or that. Cook County added 80,000 people over the decade.
Now, that sort of growth, not the case throughout the rest of the state. Illinois was only one of a few to have gotten mentioned during a web presentation by the U.S. Census Bureau this afternoon when it made these numbers public.
There are fewer states in the highest growth category, more states growing slowly, and 3 states, West Virginia, Mississippi, and Illinois, along with Puerto Rico, declined in population.
But Buckley says Illinois is just barely in the red. She says it's almost a rounding error in terms of population loss, though we did have pretty much every county outside the Chicago metropolitan area seeing declines. And on account of that, Illinois is going to lose that 1 seat in Congress. Buckley says keep in mind that that isn't as much because of Illinois' population loss as it is growth elsewhere.
Texas and Florida and other states were growing extraordinarily fast. And so we ran the race. It's not as if we ran backwards. It's simply that we were in a race with people who had much faster growth rates.
Now, again, these are just some of the top line takeaways. Neither Buckley nor Peril had all that much time to look over the wealth of information and stats between when it was released at noon and when I talked to them just an hour or so after. But there are plenty of other takeaways. For one, the nation, a whole lot more racially diverse, as is Illinois, and especially Cook County. But again, that doesn't hold true throughout the entire state. Buckley says, however, the 2010 census showed there were about 40 counties with what's called a diversity index that showed really the population there was nearly all white. Now, fast forward a decade, she says now 11 counties are meeting that hyper segregated criteria. In short, she says that it shows that the areas of the state that used to have a racially homogeneous profile, particularly downstate, are showing more diversity.
When we think about the stereotype of Illinois, that racial and ethnic minorities tend to be concentrated in the Chicagoland region, and as you move down south, that it is a much more racially homogeneous landscape. Certainly, the percent of people identifying as white only is still far dominant in the state, and it's the largest group in the Chicagoland region as well. But the picture is getting more complex.
Now, as I hinted at before, these breakdowns, be it by race, ethnicity, age, location, they are all what is used to draw political district boundaries. You did have Illinois lawmakers going ahead in the spring and drew state legislative maps without this redistricting census information, and that has led to a couple of still ongoing lawsuits. Peril says that he does expect state legislators are going to have to go back to the drawing board because those maps were likely done with an undercount of Illinois' population, giving those surprising growth numbers that we saw. Now, you do also have state lawmakers still having to go ahead and draw congressional districts, and then Chicago will also be getting underway with this information, drawing new ward maps. The data does show losses in the city's south and west sides. By the way, I did call a couple of state legislators who are involved with that redistricting process to see what this information might do. They said it's still too fresh, so no real insight on whether they will be going back to the drawing board or a timeline for those congressional maps, but you'd better believe that folks are getting busy on computer mapping and beginning to crunch all of these fresh numbers from the U.S. Census. So with that, Paris, back to you.